Hi guys, Sarah the Northwoods Stitcher here. It is September 15th. I am filming this on the 14th. I am going to be drawing a name for the Just Cross Stitch magazine. I'm going to be showing you some beadwork that I did on the Ukrainian ornament and tell you a whole bunch of stuff that I've been working on and show you some finishes I've actually gotten done. There is so much to show you because while you're seeing this, my daughter has come and gone. We had an awesome time. My husband and I took her to 8 different Goodwills, including the Goodwill bins. If you don't know what the Goodwill bins is, it's like the end of the line for things from Goodwill. So we have a Goodwill bins in Gorham, Maine. And what it is it's in an industrial park, and this is just a warehouse where these trailer trucks actually pull up, unload, and load. Those are the items that have not sold in Goodwill. This is the end of the line for them where you have the last chance to pick them. You pay by weight. Then they go to further recycling, whether they go to further donation or places where they're taken apart and actually recycled. So this is really an awesome opportunity to find some really strange things you didn't know would end up in the Goodwill bins. It's glorified dumpster diving at waist level in an inside area. So there are strict rules there that you have to follow. But it's a lot of fun, and hopefully I've got a little bit of film to put at the end of this video. I've also got some film of me doing my throat singing. There's so much to share with you guys, but let's get started. I wanted to share with you that the new Just Cross Stitch issue came in for autumn of 2025, and when I was flipping through it, I noticed they have these really cute little fall blocks. Now, if you remember, I did the Christmas ones. I guess it was a Christmas issue from last year, maybe the year before. So I had done these. And I still have these 2-inch blocks. So I'm really excited to kit up and play with this. I'm not thrilled with the pumpkin. It needs some segment definition. So I think I'll add some stitches to that, but I have been studying it. I do like it. I might keep out the little motifs for each letter because I don't think it actually needs it, and I might just put a bird near the pumpkin or something like that. We'll see how I switch it up, but stay tuned for this. Hopefully I can kit it up. I've got oodles of company coming still, so I don't know how much stitching I'll get done. But this was the autumn 2025 Just Cross Stitch issue. And those 2-inch wood blocks, I did find those on Amazon. And I could stain the wood and then just sand down the edges to make them look like the ones in that fall pattern. This was a lot of fun to make. I made 2 sets of these. I don't think I dated them. I didn't initial or date them. Sorry, I better do that. I'll leave it out on the counter to remind me. I have gotten done. This was a weird thing. I had this kit that I actually took when we went to Germany. It's a Vervaco kit. I must have bought this on a stash unload. It came with all 3 patterns, all 3 frames. It just looked very retro, but beautiful stitch design. And I had started and finished the ice skates. Either started it in Germany and finished it when I came home. And then this kind of just sat by the wayside, this whole little pouch. I wanted something tiny to bring in case I had time to stitch, which I didn't. So once I just rediscovered it in my bag of whips, I decided to finish these. And I really love how they came out. This one I need to work on a little bit because it's a bit bumpy. So I need to do some trimming. There is no plastic or top to the frame piece. It's just open frame. So the stitches are right there. But I think these are really precious. What I might do next is figure out how to put them maybe in a ribbon line to hang them. Or I might just keep them as ornaments. I'm not sure yet. I have so many things to hang up on the walls, but something like this is perfect for a tiny strip of wall space that needs a bit of decor. So lots of fun. This, of course, is a little robin. There was a lot going on in the changing of colors and colors involved in all these stitches. But this is my bumpiest one. You can see the bump here. I've just got to trim it a little bit better. And I don't think I'm going to. I usually put a bead of glue to really hold it in there. I don't think I'll do that this time. I haven't signed these either. Here I am nagging at everybody to sign their stuff, and I didn't sign anything. Okay, so that was Vervaco. Doesn't say what the name of the stitch is. Nope. But maybe if you guys wanted to find something like this Vervaco trio, I don't know how you'd find it. So this is up here to take apart my little project bag. I've got everything I need in here. The floss, the scissors. I might put the chart in my smalls. So that was done. I also finished my 3 Satsumas. I've done them twice, so I've done 6. So I'm really excited. The Satsumas are a lot of fun. This kit particularly was nice. I had all the sequins I needed. So they gave me enough sequins to do 2 ornaments. I just had to find the silver beads. But awfully cute. Look at the detail. And after I made a mistake on the crow, because I'd forgotten to do the feet, I have double checked everything because I was so paranoid that I'd forget. And then I just finished it with some felt on the back. And I always cut a bigger piece than I need, glue it down with the cord after I've stitched the initials. Then I trim around it to get the shape. So it's not a perfect cut. It's me trimming it. But I like doing that because you can actually fold these along with the scissors when you're cutting. It's pretty easy to do. So that's 2 of Haunted Hearse. Two of Nevermore, which is my tribute to Edgar Allan Poe. I've been doing, well, I read a lot of him recently and I just enjoyed it. I really liked how these ravens came out. They're striking. And I can't remember, I think this kit also had enough sequins. I might have had to replace some of the silver beads. This is why I keep a stash of everything. And then the last one was Cat O' Lantern. And these are awfully cute too. Now I did have to change the sequins. I think you might be able to tell. This one has darker sequins on the hat than this one. But that's okay. I had the sequins. I was able to do that. I think the eye sequins are the same. So just a lot of fun. I have not gotten out my fall decor yet. I really want to. I've just been too busy lately. I'm filming in a different angle. It's the opposite side of where I usually film from a desk. So this is the opposite side of the desk because it's just too dirty over there. The piles are unmanageable. A couple more things to show you. You guys remember this cute little chicken planter that I got? Well, the gold velvet came in finally. I really wanted it to look like the golden egg. I think it's perfect. It's got some puckering I'm okay with that. It looks fine. It's awfully cute. And I stuck all of my summery knit picks in there that my friend Judy made. And I'll find some more to put in there, but I just thought this was perfect. I was really excited to find this little planter and make it into a pincushion. And I didn't glue it. I just kind of stuffed it in there. It is tight. It is not going anywhere. So that was fun to do. So that needs to be displayed differently. I also have been working on this was from Just Cross Stitch 1987. The Santa's in here. And if you remember, I purchased some 6-inch, pretty sure they're 6-inch. Yeah, 6-inch wood stars. And I've been kind of in a quandary what to do. So I have been stitching a few more. What paint to color, what color paint to do the stars in, because I did decide to do these on white perforated paper. I don't know if you can really see this, but this is one coat of a pearl white paint that I think is going to be perfect. So it's a folk art, it's actually metallic pearl white. So I am going to paint all the stars this color, probably 2 coats. And I think the goal is now to do double-sided stars. I will drill a hole in the top. I'm going to drill holes before I paint and have a way to hang them. And I think they'll hang from my kitchen light in the dining room with some other baubles and things. So that's the goal. I like that this is a bit rustic looking against a striking, cleaner background because it kind of makes the Santa pop, especially from a distance. It's supposed to be folk arty. I'm not sure why white perforated paper was the choice, but maybe in 87, we didn't have many colors of perforated paper. If I would do this differently, I would do it on maybe a gold foil perforated paper, make his beard a little more white, and then put this on a gold star. But I think the silver metallic or white metallic is perfect. So I have to stitch some more of those. Stay tuned for that finish. And I also wanted to show you a card that I made, which I don't know where it's gone to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it in this segment. But usually on top of this, this is my heat pump, which is also my air conditioner. You guys hear it in the background sometimes. It's not on today because it's nice and cool. But on top of that, I usually have this little guy, and I thought I'd pull him down because you guys might be going like this to see what was up there. That's a cute little cross stitch I did. I didn't even date it because it was, I think, 4 colors and just fun to do and quick. I did this on a scrap piece of 14 count Aida by the looks of it. So he just sits up here on the top of my heat pump. I also have the finish of this Wonderland craft. This is the Ukrainian ornament that I've been working on. So I wanted to show you the video. Hopefully I can speed it up somehow. I did some like soft editing and I thought, wow, this is kind of boring. I just wanted to show you guys how to do the placement of beads, whether it's on wood or on fabric. It makes no difference. But I wanted to show you the placement of the beads. So hopefully I can speed up this next segment with the beading of this. And then I'll show you at the end what the finish ornament looks like. Hi guys, let's do some beading. You can see I finished all of the cross stitch that was required. Still looks like a green Death Star to me, but you can actually see the little floral patterns where the beads are going to be. So it is a little bit better. easier to see. It was a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. Now, they do give you this tiny little wooden spool with some very thin, feels like nylon thread on it. They want you to do the beadwork with a doubled over strand. Now, they said to just knot the end. I don't like knots, so I actually got 2 pieces through the eye of the needle. This is the beading needle they supplied. So let's place our first bead. I think to be probably simple, I'm going to start from the top. And you're not going to be watching the graph, but I'm going to start up in here. Now the beads are going to go in the same direction, and they're only half stitched. So I'm going to start at this lower hole. And this is going to be a gold bead. Excuse my dirty fingernails. I've been pinching basil off the plants. I just used the loop method to attach that first one. Now it is a good idea when you start, your first and last bead should probably be double what's called for, just to give it some extra strength. So I'm actually going to go through this twice just to make sure that it's tight in there. So you see this is going to just be in one direction. A full cross-stitched bead, you would go the opposite direction, and then the bead would be up and down rather than to the side, if that makes sense. I've got a pretty short tail here, so I think I'll make this tail a little bit longer. So this goes down 4. It's going to be pretty. So I think I'll concentrate on this area here, and if you notice there's another line that goes right here. So the top, I'm going to work on the top part here. So it has 2 gold beads, and then it has 2 gold beads and one that tops that. I did not break a needle when I was doing this, which is great. You have to make sure that your beads are always going in the same direction. So it is a good practice to always come up and then go down into the same corners of your holes, so you establish a pattern in your head and you just don't forget that way. So there's 2 on the top with 1 on there, so I need to put 1 here. Now there is not a hole, empty hole for that. See, these are empty holes. So this bead is going to go a different direction according to the chart. It's going to be up and down because there's 2 beads here, so you're going to come up in between. On the row above those 2 beads, you're coming up in the middle of those 2 beads and then back down in the middle of those 2 beads. So this is kind of lying flat on top. And then I can reestablish the next 2 on the other side. Hopefully not jab myself with the beading needle. I will be fast forwarding sections of this film so you guys don't get bored of watching Let me just stitch the beads on. Oh my goodness, there's the hole. So there are 2 more. It's almost like a little circle I've made. Now I notice there's a green button that goes inside that circle. And it looks like that goes in a certain direction. So it's going to go from this corner here and then down that corner. And it seems like a big distance, but this is actually quite a big bead. And there we go. Isn't that great? So I'm actually going to tie this off, get a new strand. I will come down here, do this one, this one, this one, then we'll do the big center. All right. So let's start on this end here. Capturing my loop. Oh, my thread is getting awfully short. I'm determined to finish this little first motif here, which means I'll be going a little slower now. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it. I might have to rethread. I can get close though. I should show you the back. Let me get this bead in. Oh, it's getting short. Look at that. So I have to study the chart to see what's going on in here. This is where the red bead will set. I imagine, yeah, there's going to be 4 extra beads in each corner. A bead here, a bead there, a bead there, a bead there. Those will be the gold beads in all 4 corners. Then we'll place the giant red one. I am going to tie this off. You see how messy the back is? That's okay. The beading needles are so thin and so sharp. I'm going a couple different directions to just tie this off. It's so easy to stick yourself. And the eye, of course, of the beading needle is so tiny. So when I'm actually threading it, because I don't like knotting, I don't even know if you can see the eye. It's so tiny. I actually put in one end at a time while I'm threading it. So I'll place one end in. That's one end. And then what I'll do, I'll pull it down. So I'm pulling it down so I can stick the other end in. And of course that took twice as long because I'm doing it on camera and you guys are watching. You can also get beading needles that are, I don't know how to say it, open end. So it's like 2 pieces of wire that are long. It's like a V-shaped wire and the base is fused. So you just slide your thread in between the V and then you close the tips and point that through the bead. It's another type of needle you can get, beading needle, but this is one that came with the kit, so I thought, I'll just use it. So let me see how I'm gonna anchor these 4. Let me move this over here so I'm not crossing over all the time. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So let's start down here because you can see it's 1. So that means I will be going down this hole. Capturing the loop. Oh, that's sitting nicely. Here is the second bead in the upper left corner. Let's see, I'm going down that hole. Yeah. And I'm going to come up here to the upper right corner. Attach another bead. I'm wondering about the placement. I think these are supposed to go in a different direction according to the chart. They actually want me to come up here and go down the other way. Let's see if that makes the beads be in a different direction. Creates more of a circle, perhaps. Things we learn as we go along. Yeah, that'll be good. So this is a large red bead, so I need to figure out where my holes are going to be. I suspect it'll be here. Yep. And then here. Perfect. Look at that. Wow. All right. I'm going to stop filming this. You guys have an idea? I'm going to add some more beads and I'll come back and show you how it progresses. All right. Before I sign off, I want to just show you. These are a little different. These Wonderland crafts are a little different in their directions than Mill Hills. I did notice that if we look really close up, do you see the white lines through the beads? That tells you the direction of how the bead, how the flossing of the bead, the direction of the thread through the bead should be, if that makes sense. So I have made a few mistakes. I'm going to be more consistent now. But I just wanted to show you up close that it does tell you the direction of where to come in and where to go down. So now I'll go finish some beading and I'll show you the end results. So before I show you the finished ornament, let's do the wheel for this Christmas ornaments. You guys sent in a lot of entries, almost 70. So this is the 2010 Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament Edition. And this was made possible by my friend Cheryl, who sent it to me, and she sent me a different one too. I had this issue, so I'm so excited that one of you is going to be able to get this because it's chock-a-block full. So again, what I did was I wrote down everybody interested. I assigned you all a number. I put you all on a wheel. Let's see who gets it. Number 43. 43. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Rita Hill, 5310. Congratulations. I'm going to circle you. Please email me at this email and get me your mailing address so I can get this off into the mail for you. Very excited for you. Congratulations, Rita. And happy stitching. Now on to our regular program. I'll show you the green ornament. So I did make some mistakes on this little kit, but I really do love how it came out. The beading, I want to say, wasn't too lengthy. I just had to find a comfortable place to sit, keep my beads divided, and I was able to do it pretty quickly. So I think I took maybe three sittings. I sat down with this on 3 occasions and just whipped it out. and I took my time with it. There's some mistakes in the beginning, of course, with the placement of the direction of the beads, but I think all in all, you can't tell. It's stunning. And I love how detailed they were in the placement of the floss, because it does look very well highlighted. And then, of course, the back has that fabulous laser cut felt that really was so easy to place. And then I chose this silver cording to hang it from. So this was such a pleasure to do. I hope you guys can explore wood pieces to stitch. I know my friend Spool's just got this really cool spool that has the perforated holes in it. I want to say it's probably like 6 by 5 or something like that. So it's going to have a little thing where the floss would be. Hopefully I'll get a picture of it when it's done. It's going to be really cute. She found that on 1884. If you haven't been to that website yet, they have a lot of $2 kits and charts. Just saying, it's a great website to go shopping on. I can't do any shopping because I am tapped out after we had our daughter for so long. We had such fun shopping, and it was just a blast. And she started some projects that I will be showing in upcoming videos. But the 8 Goodwills that we went to were Rockland, Westbrook, Gorham, Augusta, Topsham, Auburn, Waterville, and Belfast. And we must have been visiting some of these Goodwills more than once. So I would say 12 to 14 trips to Goodwill while she was here. She had some fantastic finds. She was after clothes. Clothes are very expensive for young teenagers or older teenagers. She's almost full adult now. But they don't have secondhand shops really. And even secondhand clothing prices are pretty expensive in Europe. So down at the Goodwill bins, you know, when you're paying by weight, she found a cashmere sweater, absolutely gorgeous. Maybe she can send me some pictures. 100% lamb's wool cardigan with some hand stitching on it. Amazing. Land's End 3/4 zip top. Chico's tops and blouses. Some scarves. Plus she went home with a whole bunch of other clothes from different Goodwills that she made excellent finds on. Always checking her colors to see if she could get a further discount. It was just a lot of fun. We had a great time. And this was her arrival was right after I had this horrible eye pain and sinus pain. And it turns out that I had a nasolacrimal infection. There's a duct that runs from the tear ducts into your sinus and nasal cavity, which is probably why I sound the way I sound right now. I think it's coming back, so I actually have a consultation for possible surgery. Nothing to worry about. It's done in office. I really don't want to know the details, but I'll find more about it next week. And hopefully I can get this resolved, because what it ends up feeling like, it feels like you have a little BB right underneath the skin. So this side's flat, this side has a little bump. And that bump makes the weight of your glasses unbearable. So I don't know why or how. We'll see what happens. What else did I need to tell you? I think that's about it, you guys. I want to edit this video and start pulling out all of the wonderful things that I have been collecting while thrifting and going to the dump and other places. So I will show you some more in the next video. And I also have some viewer shares that are piling up on me because you guys have been so productive and so creative, and I'm so excited to be sharing those with you soon. This will be a great September. Wonderful episodes coming up. So thanks so much for watching. Happy stitching and be safe. This goes with this.
again.